Wish luck. Okay, I gotta go. I keep going upstairs. I need to go downstairs. Alright, I can talk to Cassandra that's over there.
Good book?
Ah! I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, are you blushing?
What would I have to blush about?
You tell me.
It's of no interest to you, I'm certain. It's a book.
I can see that.
It's one of Varric's tales. Swords and Shields, the latest chapter.
So you like to read? What's wrong with that?
It's frivolous. There are more important things for me to do.
That's just her favorite.
Nobody asked you to winter.
I couldn't finish the last one you lent me. I actually feel dumber for having tried.
Oh!
It's literature. Smutty literature. Whatever you do, don't tell Varric.
Me? No, I would never.
They're terrible. And magnificent. And this one ends in a cliffhanger. I know Varric is working on the next. He must be. Pretend you don't know this about me.
Aww. That's so cute. See, Tiki actually took the time to actually got to know Cassandra. Here we go. Okay, I talked to everybody that was over here. Okay. I get lost in my own place.
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a darkspawn, or a magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Gentry tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carter clan. Made them drink darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carter to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it. Don't worry.
I hope you're right. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
Brutally murdered is not really the same as unleashed upon the world, Varric.
In this case, it might be. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot.
Oh, here's another one.
Need something? Or are you just here to admire the dwarf?
Shit.
Cassandra is waiting for the next issue of Swords and Shields.
I must have heard that wrong. It sounded like you just said that Cassandra read my books.
She's a pretty big fan, in fact.
Are we talking about the same Cassandra? Tall, grumpy seeker, like stabbing things? Wait, did you say the romance serial? Oh, she'll be waiting for a while then. I haven't finished it and wasn't planning to. That book is easily the worst I've ever written. The last issue barely sold enough to pay for the ink.
If it's terrible smut, I guess that explains why Cassandra
It
tried
fell
to-
down! Attack it!
Smut?
It fell down!
Is that what she called it? Oh, it's fluff at best. I can't compete in the smut market. That's cutthroat. So, you want me to finish writing the latest issue of my worst serial? For Cassandra? Oh, that's such a terrible idea. I have to do it. On one condition. I get to be there when you give her the book.
Fine.
You've got a deal.
I'll get to work then. You know, the fact that the book is terrible just makes it more worthwhile somehow.
Oh my god. So we gotta go down here to Cassandra again. Yay. That was a good fight. Damn, we got a lot of, that bitch.
Planning troop movements now.
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to imagine what it will look like when we're done. All of this
Our book
once
greatly
belonged to
improved.
the Tevinter Imperium. Andraste changed that, as did the Blights. As for what will come next, I cannot guess the Maker's plan.
Yes, got 8 of them.
We make the world a better place.
Because everyone agrees
Came out
on
as
what
dragon
better
shit. Yup.
means.
Mhm.
I know I want a world where
Facilities.
people trust the Chantry and that trust is respected.
That was
I
great.
want to respect
Our both have
tradition,
fun with that
but
one.
not fear change. I want to right past wrongs, but not avenge
They
them.
didn't do that much damage
And I have
to
no
it. That was
idea
pretty
if
good.
my wanting these things makes any of them right.
We get no XP from it because since it's a little lower than us.
Even if they're not right, they're certainly admirable.
Some would disagree. They would call it heresy.
That didn't sound like the ravings of a heretic, Cassandra.
Perhaps not. But it takes precious little effort to paint even an act of compassion as damaging. Tell me, what guides you? You make decisions that shake the world, yet always seem so assured. I wish I had your confidence.
You almost sound like you admire me.
I absolutely do.
Oh.
I may not always agree with your decisions, but how many could do what you have done? You were a prisoner, accused and reviled, yet you've emerged from every trial victorious. The Maker's grace does not make you immortal. You live or die by your own hand. That is worthy of admiration.
I'm guided by what my conscience tells me.
Your conscience must speak more clearly than mine.
I doubt it, but I do my best.
Think of it. Like Andraste long ago, once again the fate of Thedas will be determined by a woman. It makes me proud to know you.
I appreciate that.
We still have a long road to travel, Inquisitor. Wherever it takes us, I'm glad you're here.
I'm just noticed I'm floating on the wall. You beat the dragon already, Shuri. What? It was much easier than it was before. You beat the dragon? Maybe because most of the time I didn't know who to attack. Because we were all doing heavy damage on it. So he didn't know which one to attack. And I got them the potions to help them, the electric, not hurt. Uh-oh.
What have you done now?
I get it, Seeker. You're still sore after our spat.
I'm not a child, Varric. Do not suggest I'm without reason.
A peace offering. The next chapter of Swords and Shields. I hear you're a fan.
This is your doing.
Oh yes. Do you really think I'd miss this?
Well, if you're not interested, you're not interested. Still needs editing anyhow.
Wait!
You're probably wondering what happens to the Knight Captain after the last chapter.
Nothing should happen to her. She was falsely accused.
Well, it turns out the guardsman...
Don't tell me!
This is the part where you thank the Inquisitor. I don't normally give sneak peeks, after all.
She greatly approves.
I... Thank you.
God damn it.
This was everything I'd hoped.
I know how you feel.
I know how you
I
feel.
have time to read the first part.
But don't forget to tell all your friends. If you have any.
Oh.
Completely worth it.
Yes. That was cute. She's like, wait! They're like, oh. Holy shit. Did she just bounced on the movie? Okay, let me do one save.
Our heroes strode the winding road, defiant of the vile. Uncertain.
How you doing?
You said we should go get some drinks and meet your company.
Yeah, come on. It'll be fun.
Oh, goodness.
Ah, good. We're not drinking alone. How you doing, creme de la creme?
Your worship. I'm so glad he has someone new to hit with that joke.
Do you prefer Creme or Cremisius?
Crem's faster. The chief's nicknames usually end up sticking.
Hey, when I was growing up, my name was just this series of numbers. We all give each other nicknames under the Q.
They ever wear shirts under the Coon, Chief? Or do they just run around binding their breasts like that?
It's a harness, creme.
Yes, for your pillowy man bosoms. Let me know if you need help binding. You could really chisel something out of that overstuffed look.
Who are the others?
A lot of the Chargers went looking off for stronger drinks. Let's see, who's left? We've got Rocky and Skinner there. And over there are Stitches, Dalish, and Grim. Crazy bunch of assholes, but they're mine.
Were you born on the surface or are you from Orzammar?
Orzammar. I got exiled. Stupid noble
Yeah,
crap.
what's that? Where's the other
Also,
level 13
I
dragon at?
accidentally blew up a bit of the shape ring.
Rocky's one of our best sappers. He can take down enemy fortifications faster than a golem.
I'm also working on my own version of Kunari black powder. I've almost got it.
Yeah, you really don't.
I almost got it.
Why aren't you with your clan?
Our keeper thought I should see the world a little.
Dalish don't have Templars, so they can't have too many mages in a clan at once.
Now, sir, you know I'm not a mage. That'd make me an apostate.
You carry a staff, Dalish.
It's a bow.
A bow with a giant glowing crystal at the tip.
Yes, it's for aiming. Old elven trick you wouldn't understand.
I take it you're the company healer.
Yes, first time I ever picked up a sword was when the Blight hit Ferelden. Never put it back down.
He makes a potion that'll put you right back on your feet after even the toughest fight. It tastes terrible, though.
That's because it's a poultice, sir. You're not supposed to drink it.
So how'd you join the Chargers?
Killed some people.
Skinner didn't take kindly to nobles testing their new swords on the elves in her alienage.
Bull took me in. Now I get paid to kill shams.
This is actually really good behavior for her. She's not marking her territory or anything.
Grim, is it?
Grim doesn't talk much. I'm pretty sure he's the lost king of some small country. Or chieftain. Something like that.
You really take in anyone, don't you?
Anyone who can carry their weight in a fight.
And who can put up with your bullshit, Chief?
Man can beat the Chargers because what hits you where it hurts. Unless you know what's happening with the stars and looser skirts. For every bloody battlefield will gladly raise a cup. No matter what tomorrow holds, our horns be pointing up.
Thanks for coming by, boss. Glad you could meet some of my team.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, boss. How are you?
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
So, Taventa really need to thank the elves because that's how they got their powers from the elves.
Of the elves.
Of the elves.
It's because of the elves.
Or the ancient elves.
Inquisitor.
What? God damn it. Oh yeah, I gotta make you guys do some quests, it looks like. I did return. Oh, we got a perk. Oh crap, sure, what?
What? You want to unlock stuff?
Yeah.
Go back. I think it's laying around us one. You see the fine tools, drafting fine tools and stuff? That one.
Thank God. And I can go back and get people's stuff. Well, that's a lot of shit. Oh, what's that? What's the one I send? As always.
Inquisitor.
Yes.
Inquisitor.
let's go. Let's let you do something in Ferelden, though. Let's see. Celebrate.
At your service.
Okay, we're done.
What's the dragon that's the other weakest?
Sure, you're funny. At least I beat that dragon quick.
We did. All that shit.
So who else should I talk to before I leave out of here?
And what else did Lady Forsythia say? That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition. Anything else? She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother. That does sound like her. Cheer up, Josie. We at least have her attention. You always do find the brighter side of things. We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Navarra, Your Worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task. Can I do anything to help negotiations? Thank you, but I believe I have matters in hand. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with the brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech. You're rather good-natured about threats of death and dismemberment. They are chiefly bluster, Inquisitor. Most of them. But I confess I do miss my staff from the embassy in Antigua. It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them. I have time if you'd like to review things with me. I wouldn't wish to impose. If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered. Well, I admit there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss. Right on the parlor floor. In front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests? The Duke of Kellington, apparently. And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Jenner still won't respond to our letters. And Sarah, can she not find a single overshirt without mustard stains on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already? It went by so quickly, I didn't even notice. You're far too polite. I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip. You've been working continually since I met you, Josephine. And that can't stop. I must be going. But I leave feeling less troubled than I have in weeks.
Well, at least we gave her a break. Everybody's always going up in my room. Okay, oh. And why they put me far away? Damn it. I'm trying to find... I don't know why, but it's your fault. That's quarters. That's where my stuff is at. Which one has the doors?
Of course. It
It's a noble calling, the Knight Enchanter. You have joined the ranks of the most select mages. You should be commended. So few have the discipline necessary.
I didn't realize you were a Knight Enchanter, Vivienne.
Of course I am, darling. Knight Enchanters serve in the highest echelons of the Chantry and Circle. Where else would I be?
I don't care about this. I want to know
to approve of my
who's the
choice.
second Inquisitor.
You have your moments, my dear.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
I'm curious how a circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Gislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
You're married to the Duke de Gislaine?
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Mont-Simau while still an apprentice.
I'm curious how a circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody I caught the... When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
Alright, let's see. Oh. Okay, say before I talk to him. Yeah, to make sure, like, wait.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius' son. He went to the Magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
That was a long journey for someone in his condition.
Must have raced back, pulled strings like a madman. Ordinarily it takes months to gather the Senate. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
Okay, they said the one...
the two of you...
Felix and I?
And the lady from Valley
Odd question.
is one of the harder ones.
I had no intention
Really?
of abusing Alexius's hospitality by seducing his son. Not that I've been proper my whole life by any means. It wasn't like that. Even in illness, Felix was the best of us. With him around, you knew things could be better.
Are you certain you're not making him into someone he wasn't?
He occasionally neglected to bathe. Should I mention that in his eulogy?
Probably not.
He wasn't
Maybe
perfect,
my next dragon then.
but he was a fine young man. I'll miss him.
I was just saving too much. Stop saving too much, damn it.
Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sword kicking around Thedas. don't you have Alexius researching magic for you? Research is always what made him happiest. Perhaps I'll even go talk to him eventually. One word of advice. If he suggests altering time as a way to solve all your problems, give it a pass.
Yeah.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
Holy shit. Wait. But
I think I've heard
people can wear dragon shit.
I never tire of talking about myself.
You said Alexius was a mentor of yours.
He was my patron, sponsoring me to the higher levels of the Circle of Magi. In return, my successes were his. I had a lot of successes, naturally. Alexius was most pleased. He and I used to talk over brandy about the corruption, how we could one day make real change in the Imperium. And then he
still
gave up. He stopped trying.
Why did he give up?
On a journey to Hosburg, a Darkspawn raid killed his wife and sickened his son.
Dragon Dagger's still weak.
He hadn't been there, you see. Alexius was convinced he could have protected them. The guilt tore him up. I helped him with his research for a while, and then we drifted apart.
That must have been difficult.
Like that. I was furious. I told him to snap out of it, move on. I thought I had all the answers. Later, I regretted my hasty words. But we didn't speak again until he approached me for the Venatori. Too much pride, I suppose. Plus, I was busy drinking. One must have priorities.
I don't think that's it. You felt guilty because you couldn't help him.
Never you. I had a choice, you see. Wallow in self-pity or get away while I could. At any rate, he's fallen so low, I doubt he'll ever get up. Sadly.
I should go.
Try not to kill anyone without me.
There's...
You've joined a fellowship with a distinguished history. Knight enchanters have long served the divine. That is why I pursued this path. Mages do not always have to be at odds with the Chantry. But I understand why so many are, and I don't blame them. No matter, you have chosen well, and are in good company. I had friends who were knight enchanters, who served at Justinia's side, who died with her. It's good to see new mages keeping this flame alive. Anything I should know? I've agents stationed by the ruins of Haven, should Corypheus or his lackeys return. So far nothing, and the breach has been quiet for some time. But it's something at least.
Okay,
I'll leave you to your work.
Oh yeah, where the hell's Sarah? I forgot who the hell where Sarah was at. Sarah.
Okay, I was gonna make another.
She's over there where Iron Bull's at. But how do I get down? How do I get down? How do I get down? can't get through there. Whee!
My Lady Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Devinta.
Has Dorian done something wrong?
No, thankfully. It's nothing like that. I have been in contact with his family. House Paras, out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
Familiar? We've never met, if that's what you're suggesting.
I'm suggesting nothing. I'm only curious whether you know of his situation. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped.
I was just heard she's telling me about Dorian's family when I meet him. What should I do?
Don't tell him. Take him there. Just don't tell me.
I'll see what I can do.
Bless you, Inquisitors. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man.
Yeah, I just take him there.
To take him on foot.
Don't get him a letter, just take him there.
You can always end the matter there. I should pray
They
for
give you
your
a max
success
approval.
and the young man's happiness.
So
That's all we can hope.
Yeah. Oops. God damn it. I didn't read your letter. Okay. Where the hell's that? Is it downstairs? We're at downstairs. Yeah, let me talk to Sarah before I leave out of here.
Your worship.
Hey, get off me. Josephina's ready.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Getting serious about mage stuff, magic, things. How about not so much? Just asking for not so much magic. Great, yeah?
Oh, you're the song.
Do you have any worries about how my magic is developing?
Really? You have to ask what's so bad about the magic stuff. I mean, that weirdy talking about night whatevers.
Night Enchanter. Battle magic.
Not helping. I don't understand that stuff. It's scary to anyone smart enough to think for a second. You shouldn't be scary. You're the Inquisitor.
What has you so scared?
You really don't know? Most people are scared. I mean, there's lots of mages here, but most never see one. Never. You're weird, and I know you, so you're not scary. But lots of people don't know you. I don't want you to be just as scary.
Don't be silly, I'm not that scary.
Oh, ha ha, real funny. Fine, I'm fine with it. Be scary and a shit.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Where are the people you promised?
If I knew, there wouldn't be much use. That's sort of the point. Look, unless your baddies are rocks or trees, they have people they use. Cooks, squires, wipers. Yeah, I know, wipers, right? You better believe the one with wipers deserve it. Right in the... Well, anyway. The little people will be there when you need them. In a million little ways.
So lots of little contributions add up in the background, like snowflakes that snap a branch.
What? Sure. Like snow, I guess. Anyway, it just works. Most of the time. Friend of a friend and little hints. Mind you, you still have to be smart. Don't bet your life unless you're into that. To be clear, I'm not into that.
I can play along if it works for you.
You have a
The
choice.
next dragon we're
Hail
gonna
the
face.
Inquisition.
He's a fire. So let's put
We'll talk another time.
It's all
some
good, isn't it?
other stuff. Sure, you're not supposed to say anything. What? I didn't say anything. Look, there's the armor that a dragon dropped. Here, look. I go to the war table and get Josephine to do another thing, and then we'll go back to that place. Sure, you suck, man. I just want to beat the crap out of you. Everybody, stop talking my name.